Hi Foxes, I'm Taza and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about what kind of Y8 games I grew up on, and if the demand is enough, I will also talk about some other games, for example on Facebook, or even just childhood games on my computer. But today specifically I'm going to talk about the 5 games on Y8 that made me the way I am. And how am I right now? You can, for example, check out my Instagram and you will see that I have the Gregory series pre-stories already out on Webtoon. I'm currently working on the main story, but meanwhile you are already waiting for that. I can tell you that the first story is about how Gregory got his you-know-what, but if you don't know what, then maybe look it up. The second is about the 2 main characters and how they met. Now that the self-sponsoration is over, I'm going to start with game number 1. It's called The Slope. So it's a basic game where you are with a green ball, everything looks like you're in Matrix, and you need to avoid red cubes or places on the map that are red. Sounds easy enough, right? Except the ball is going faster and faster and faster every single time, like you're leveling up. We used to keep track of the scores, and then whoever goes the furthest, the one that wins. Yeah, from a very young age I already really liked competitive games. Everything needed to be a race. Let's go on to the second game, Football Legends. The game consists about you and player 2 playing with like a team of 2, and one of the team members has the superpower of throwing the ball, kicking the ball extremely hard, so it's almost unable to be catched. And the second one has the power of teleportation. I was always the one with the teleportation power because I didn't believe that the kicking the ball hard was a superpower, so I always needed the teleportation one, which basically means that if the ball is somewhere around the map, you can teleport to it and then kick it from there. We are going on to our next one, Happy Snakes. Damn, I remembered I was being so skilled at this game. I always, when you're born in this game, you're a really tiny snake. So everybody else is a little bit bigger and you need to eat these little dots to become bigger and bigger. And I was just always going in front of every single one of those big guys. I tried to end everybody's career. And I also had some great tricks. For example, I knew that when somebody is going straight and you try to go in front of them, they are going to try to go in themselves. And I use that to do it before they can do it, and then they turn right into me. I don't know how to explain it better. So I always become bigger and bigger. And at one point I can surround people. That's game over for them. Because as soon as I start surrounding them, I will just go smaller and smaller and smaller until they decide to just run into me on purpose. And now we are at the game that I don't think many people know about. It's called Light Speeder. Unfortunately, as I was making this video, I looked it up. This game is no longer playable since the Flash and Unity and everything is disabled on Google now, which I don't even understand why they did it. Like, there were so many games, and now it's just kinda sad. Like, my whole childhood is over. But anyway, you can't play this game anymore. But yeah, I also cried a lot because of that, because I needed to say goodbye. So yeah, in this game you were a little ball thing, electric ball thing, I don't know. And behind you always had a line that you pulled. And the goal was that you needed to go in front of others and make sure that they are run into your line. You could play it up to 3 players, and it was such a good experience because you could jump in the game, so you could jump over other people's lines, and you had wonderful colors, and everything was neon, like really good. Last but not least, As or /Tank. This is a go-to game, for me and my siblings, because this is still available to play on Y8. And in this game you spawn in a maze and the whole thing is that you are a tank and you need to find the other players and shoot them. There are also different kind of weapons that you can use. For example, you have a weapon that explodes into a million pieces and it also goes through walls and stuff. This is my favorite weapon, by the way. Every time somebody is approaching me and I know I will definitely die, I'm just going to explode with this, and then they are also dying and everybody is dying. Then there's also another weapon that's really useful, is the one where you pick it up and your icon turns into a little rocket. It's basically following the player. So when you shoot this, the player that's near you is going to be followed. If you're not near any players, then it is going to attack you. So just be careful. And also a little fun Easter egg or detail, I don't know. With this weapon, so the rocket, you can go outside of the screen. And you can be almost invincible because nobody's going to be able to follow you other than if they have the rocket. Then they can also go outside. I think if you have somebody to local co-op with, you can definitely try out this game. I mean, I think the tank or the as, I don't know which one is also available to play alone. I think it's worth a shot. It's a nice game after all. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you know these games. And have a Foxelent day. I was Taza. Check out my Instagram. And hopefully see you in the next video.